And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game. And the task ahead. The traffic in New York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough of Brooklyn. Our setting tonight. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. With Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. With us tonight, 1990 NBA dunk contest finalist Kenny the Jet Smith. I remember that 90 event. You were terrific. You were skying all over the place.
Man, thanks for having me. But how did they give Dominic that? He did the same dunk 3 times. If you do the same dunk, you're going to get the same score. That doesn't make sense to me. But hey, man, happy to be here.
D.A., take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Well, another Kevin Durant, is just as dedicated to his craft as you are at yours. But it's off the court where he says he's been on a search. Pushing my limits, the flow of life, the people I meet, the environment I want to live in. All that stuff fulfills me more than everything. Kevin, the game of basketball opens so many.
David, second chance points. That helps an offense, Kenny. It's an easy way to get some scoring. Which players do the best job of keeping possessions alive for the chance to get the second chance?
Second chance points, I would say Drummond, Steven Adams, and Cantor. Those are guys who are great offensive rebounders, and they get it done.
Don't forget Montrezl Harrell is another guy that's doing a great job.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Andre Drummond is out there with Morris. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Schroeder in at the point guard position. And for Brooklyn, Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Brown in at the shooting guard. Now here's Irving. Lets it go with the 3. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. And stolen by Harris. To the paint, Durant. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
High percentage look. KD from that range, almost automatic.
Here's Schroeder. Banked in off the glass.
Over the last few years, Jet, the step-back 3 has become a staple for some guys. Who do you think is the most consistent with it?
Harden and Doncic, easily. You know who started the step back? A guy named, and the first time I ever saw it was Kiki Vanderbilt.
Oh, really?
I never saw a step back until he played.
And it was quick.
Yeah, he used to do a quick step back. And I'd never seen the step back move ever in my life before. And I was like, what is that? Is that a walk? He's like, no, it's a step back. And now we got the step to the step to the step to the step to the step back.
The side back.
And what's going to be the next development?
You're just going to be able to run and you don't have to dribble.
Yeah. We're seeing that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's Irving. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Again, the Nets for 2.
So smooth. Sometimes you just assume Durant is draining that shot as soon as the ball leaves his hands.
Schroeder surveying the floor. High arcing shot. Great D that time from Irving. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
And a scorer the likes of James Harden, it seems like he's broken it down to a science.
Yes. Footwork, create space, and be a heck of a shooter.
Did you look at the way you played, Kenny, as science, like we're talking about here with Harden?
Not maybe as easily observed as he is, but I had a game plan. I'm like, I'm going to get it from free throw line to free throw line as fast as I can. That's my first thought. I'm going to, on pick and rolls, get 2 feet in the paint. That's my second. And every inch that you give me at the three-point line, I'm letting it go.
I love that answer. I love that answer.
And it's a great approach. And this guy, he really has mastered the game in terms of just his overall approach to scoring a basketball. And I'll tell you another thing. I've never seen a guy with the degree of difficulty for his complete arsenal. You never see him just get an uncontested layup or catch and shoot 3. Everything he has to create.
And taken away by Brown. And now the fast break. Durant with the ball. And Durant can't get that one to fall. Lakers trail by 4. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. No good on the 3. Last game for the Lakers, they picked up the W against the Hornets in Charlotte. On the wing, Irving. He's guarded by Schroeder. Morris against Durant. And the Nets miss again for Los Angeles. They've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Kenny, you watched the NBA for so long. What are some things you find that make successful front offices in this league?
You can't be lazy. You got to get on the road.
Guys aren't lazy.
There's some guys there, I'm telling you. You can't be lazy. You got to be on that road. You have to understand. It's easy to see kids at Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky. But have you gone to Europe, or yourself as a general manager? Have you gone in the mid-major level and been at games when there's only 1,500 in the stands, but there's Paul George playing? Like, have you found him? That's not lazy.
And the thing, he's calling lazy, honestly, is being complacent. And the other thing you got to be, quite frankly, you got to get lucky. You know, you got to get a Kawhi, and you got to get a Giannis, or you got to get a superstar caliber player that allows you to build around. Otherwise, man, it's going to be a challenge.
Brooklyn making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Aldridge. And it's Green in for Harris. And the Lakers with some changes. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. 6-point game. Looking at the top 5 picks in the 2018 draft, Kenny, all of them have shown good play, tremendous promise. But if you could choose one for your team, which one would it be? I mean, the Doncic and Young and Jackson and Ayton. And,
if I had to go over and pick it now,
I mean, there's so many of them.
Man, I'm going straight with Doncic.
I mean, there could be only one. It's not even close.
Yeah,
the Doncic is the only guy on that list that, when it's all said and done, he's got a chance to be a top 10 all-time player.
Yeah, you know what he reminds me of? A more aggressive Detlef Schrempf.
Ooh, I think even more than that. To me, he's a combination. I heard Larry and Magic. He's a combination of Larry and LeBron. Because
I can see that.
Magic wasn't like the scorer that those two are. Like, those guys are scorers.
Yeah, I get it.
And then great passing ability. And the other thing about him, he's a better athlete, and he's a tremendous rebounder. I mean, that guy is special.
Here's Caruso. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Outside Matthews. They get the rebound. Here's Gasol. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Well, the activity of Marc Gasol gets the defense to react and an opportunity to make some free throws.
Lakers shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well. Just about 75% from the line.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol.
Let's remember, in Marc Gasol, we have got a guy who has worked hard on both his body and his game. We are talking about a former Defensive Player of the Year here.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Brown outside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Man, he's challenging the defense to stop him. Irvin is as crafty as they come.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Irving.
I would imagine at this point in his career, all Irving wants to do is win. All he's got to do now is prove himself as a leader.
The Nets making a switch here. Claxton's checked in. Both free throws good for Irving.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Harrell the pass to Horton Tucker. Brooklyn with the rebound. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Well, Greg, we know he's already a solid scorer, but Kyle Kuzma spoke to us before the game about evolving his game.
The biggest area of growth would definitely be on the defensive end and my playmaking ability. This year, I'm just trying to be a consistent defender, find my teammates because I have so much attention offensively. So I think those are 2 areas.
Now, having played with superstars, Kuzma is learning what it takes to win.
He's getting only so many shots per game, so I applaud him for finding other ways to contribute to his team with an eye toward the greater goal.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Harrell. Also, Marc Gasol is out. And it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward position. And that one falls for Marc Gasol. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Playing next to a superstar, Kenny. You've been there before. Talk about how LeBron helps all the guys that are around him succeed.
I tell you, playing with a guy like LeBron, you know, same as playing with Akeem when I did early in my career. I played at Sacramento. I averaged 17 points a game. It was the hardest 17 points in my life. I used to go home and pass out. Play with Akeem, I averaged 17 points. I used to want to go to the disco afterwards. Not even a club. It was a disco back then.
And it's Harrell missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Nailed from three-point land. KD's got 5 points now this quarter. Lakers trail by 14. Pass to Gasol. Pass to Harrell. That shot misses. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Griffin kicks to Irving. Outside, KD. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Can't connect from 14 feet out. Last season, the G League testing a single shot free throw rule to speed things up. One shot that can be worth more than 1 point. Kenny, any thoughts?
No, I don't like that. Okay, because I'm fouling you because you can't shoot. It's a lot of times. So I'm going to put you on the line, and you got to get 2 for 2. And I just because the game is stopped. There's no defense in front of you. You're at the free throw line. It's only 15 feet away. Come on, Shaq. I mean, come on, guys. Like, you can make a free throw.
No, but I think the other thing, for philosophically, you really change the game, right? Because what if you make one and miss one?
Yeah.
And you're up 2. Now it's 3. So now if you say I only got to make 1 to get 2, you completely change the game.
Oh, but think about this even, Greg. End of the game. And you need to miss 1 and make 1.
That's
so instead of getting the 2 points, you actually want to only make 1 because you're down 3. And you want to miss the second on purpose to try to. No, man.
And I'm a progressive guy. Like, I do like to see how we can have the game evolve, but I do also want to make sure we keep the strategy in the game.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Changes for Brooklyn. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Harris subbed in for Kevin Durant. And the Lakers with some changes. Griffin. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Morris. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Down by 12.
We are talking about a very solid passer at his position. Schroeder identifying an open teammate.
Out left to the wing. Aldridge dishes to Irving. Outside Griffin. Clock at 6. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. Guys, the game nowadays more open, more freedom of movement. Kenny, do you like where the game seems to be headed?
Yeah, as a fan, I like it. And if I was a player, I would like it. Because of my style of play, I can imagine a lot of players in my era wouldn't like it. But a lot more fun to watch, a lot of flow to the game.
The thing I like about it is you have to be more skilled in the game today. Because you can't just grab and hold and beat people up today. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like your Nick teams.
Yeah, exactly. We would have struggled today. We would have struggled.
Passes it to Irving. Good D by Drummond.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
The Lakers have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. The first free throw is good. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. He doesn't get the second one.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
The Nets have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Find the lane. One shot.
That free throw good from Brown. We've got 1:55 left in the first half of the game. Caldwell Pope outside. Schroeder against Irving. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
A nice shot by Irving. And what about our special guest? Kenny, thanks for taking the time to join us, dropping by. Always a pleasure. You add so much to the broadcast.
Man, thanks for having me. This is just great.
Thank you. And Greg, a lot of fun to be joined by Kenny the Jet, huh? As brilliant as he was on the court, he is just as amazing off it.
And, you know, Kenny has this amazing knack for describing what he sees with such clarity. Rare gift, and I'm glad he could share it with us.
Back to Green. 4 on the shot clock. Again, the Nets for 2.
So smooth with the shot mechanics. Joe Harris, what a pretty jumper.
Schroeder passes to Kuzma. Great D that time from Green. Nets leading by 14. And he banks in the layup. Brown's got 5 points so far.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Count the basket.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Here's Irving. Again, the Nets for 2.
You have to respect the in-between game of Kyrie Irving. Straight up. Yeah, that's how you have to play this guy. You've got to play him straight up and be balanced.
Here's Schroeder. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for tonight?
I was trying to get assists in the beginning, and just having a good time out here. Got it going a little bit. Enjoying myself.
Okay, Kyrie, we'll see you in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And rejoining us here at the table, hey, he's back, Kenny the Jet Smith. Kudos to you, sir, for your sharp and incisive analysis of the game.
Oh, thank you, Ernie. Thank you. Always a pleasure to break down the game with the great ones.
Trainer. Excuse me. Yeah, go ahead and have fun over there.
I'm bad,
Copycat.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Brown out there with Irving. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Durant. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Offensive rebound. Here's Drummond. Now the feed to Morris. And the layup is good. Morris has got the first basket of the second half here for the Lakers.
Well, there's the intensity of Morris. Playing angry, finishing through contact. Nice.
And there's the pass to Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Here's Durant. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
Well, do opposing defenses just start shaking their head when Kevin Durant starts cooking? Because he can heat up in a hurry.
Here's Schroeder, and it's sent back by Aldridge. Inside, Irving uses the glass to finish the layup. Irving's got 13 points.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Pass to Kuzma. Fires the 3. No good. Shot missing. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
From past the arc. A rebound by the Nets. Goes up on the high post. And it's good off the back rim and in. KD's got 4 points this quarter.
80% shooting to start the third. 4 for 5.
Kuzma outside. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Aldridge. And Nicholas Claxton subbed in for Bruce Brown. And the Lakers also making a switch. Harrell's checked in. Off the inbound pass, he takes it up and lays it in. Harrell's got his second basket of the night.
How about the vision of Markieff Morris? Hits the open man, has a good feel for the game. Boy, this guy can do a lot of things.
Pass to KD. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
You know, they barely needed other contributions. This lead has been built through his offense.
Lakers trail by 20. Schroeder, right side, got a piece of it. Durant down low. He's against Morris, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. For Brooklyn, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. That free throw good from Durant.
Well, you're playing right into Kevin Durant's hands when you put him at the free throw line. This guy has always been terrific at the charity stripe.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Harrell slams it in.
and credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Here's Horton Tucker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Bucket is good.
You've got to love the speed of Wes Matthews and how he loves to attack in transition.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. And it's Green in for Harris. Stolen away. Tries from 16. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Irving against Matthews. Irving kicks to Green. Claxton the pass to KD. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. KD's got 12 points here in the second half.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Here's Caruso, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Shot clock at 6. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Brooklyn leading by 22. Here's Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And the length of Green is a real issue for the D. His arms just go forever, which often results in a lot of shooting fouls for him.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. Free throw drops for Green.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Brown is checked in for the Nets. And the Lakers also making a change. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Matthews. Both free throws good from Green. 1:15 left in the third. Passes it to Caruso. Here's Harrell. Over Green. And is Harrell missing?
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
It's good. KD's got 31.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Caruso, the pass to Schroeder. 46 seconds left to play in the third. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up. That's going to send Dennis Schroeder to the free throw line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
And once Schroeder was asked to name his favorite NBA city, I believe it surprised a lot of fans when he said Milwaukee.
That's right, Greg. But he cited the strong German culture there. Schroeder, of course, went straight from Germany to the NBA. He relied on his athleticism early on, but now he's seeing the game much better, plays under control, can lead the team. He has had a tremendous amount of growth. I think one of the important things for Dennis Schroeder is to keep trying to become more and more efficient. Let his offense come naturally and improve as a distributor.
Now the pass to Durant. Rebound by Harrell. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. The Nets making a switch here. Irving's checked in. Drummond's checked in for the Lakers. 24 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside, KD. Yep, it counts.
Those jumpers, they might as well be layups for Kevin Durant. That's his comfort zone.
Schroeder with the ball. Off with the layup. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision making at every position.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got Drummond. Ben McLemore is out there with Antetokounmpo, and it's Caruso in at point. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble.
Take a break.
They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Greg, after we saw top prospects like LaMelo Ball and R.J. Hampton playing a year in Australia, the NBA G League sweetened the deal to attract those blue chippers to this G League, which I think is a very interesting topic and a very interesting way to go.
It is. You know, I think the salaries now could exceed $500,000, not to mention the endorsement deal, and they're on a single team that's built around their needs. Certainly an enticing option for those who want to skip the college route.
Does this affect colleges, in your opinion, in their recruiting?
Not at all. You're going to love your school no matter who plays for them, especially if you're winning.